On this windy day. We had hail here yesterday. Blowing the weather in. Good to see you. Good to be here. I better get an umbrella just in case it rains. Hi Neats. Big hugs. Lots of love to you. Oops, wrong one, sorry. Yeah, we're just a little early, thought we'd get in and play some music for you. Hazel's here too. Okay, umbrella. Had a big chat then. Hi, little bluebird. Needs. Hey, Nobby. Hello. Oh, who's this? Brad. Okay. Don't know who that was. Yeah, I don't want to say it, but I have got the umbrella ready. Hi Pinster. Hi Neo. Hi Chris. I don't remember who I've said hello to yet. It's okay. Sorry. Oops. We all want to protect each other. Hey, well, I've got an email if you want to send some things through. It's truthnownshown@proton.me. I'll put it in the links. And I've also made a toolbox. So just useful links, useful tools. Send things through. Send things through to someone or to the email if you want us to put something up. Send us a message. Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to know some freedom-inspired tracks too. I wanted something new to sing, but haven't found it, so probably saving you all. All right.
The Ode of Remembrance. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end, against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. lest we forget. Governor General, this letter is a direct appeal from an ever-growing group of Australians, both here and at home. We call on you to action the public reveal of the unredacted findings in the police report from the Wood Royal Commission 1995 to 1997. The Wood Royal Commission, as catalogued with the Police Integrity Commission, resulted in a 90-year suppression order containing 28 names of alleged pedophiles of prominent stature, including judges, government officials, an ex-Prime Minister and others. That our Australian government has made no attempt to undo the 90-year suppression order for the supposed safety and well-being of the population is unacceptable. Revisited again in 2015 in the Senate Legal and Constitutional Affairs Legislation Committee meeting, the then Senator Bill Heffernan delivered the same request for the findings to be released to the public. As the Senator stated, it's not so much the secret that's the problem, it's when a group of people such as the 28 keep each other's secrets. Further into his appeal, he quoted the judge of the day. We decided not to revisit that issue because the public would lose confidence in the judiciary. Governor General, how can you justify the 90-year suppression order of the police report from the Wood Royal Commission, given that the Australian taxpayers paid out roughly $64 million on the case? We have a right to full disclosure of the investigations. 28 years later, we have stood each week since August 30, 2021 at Government House in Queensland and daily since the 7th of February 2022 here in the nation's capital. Each and every one of us knows someone who has survived the appalling industry of child trafficking and pedophilia. It is up to the women of Australia to determine their level of confidence in the police, judiciary system, the media, yourself and Parliament on this matter. Yours sincerely, concerned men of Australia.
Thanks. I'm just bringing it a little bit closer because I'm going to read from the hotspot.
Good dawning all. Day 1170. Been here a long time, every single day.
It is a good number. Just wanted to reflect today.
What happens when we get drawn into someone else's fight? And when we forget our own integrity and our own light, and we get drawn into division and into another's game. I've been listening again to more about narcissists and empaths, and will attempt to read from something else to do with that. I've uploaded it into a new playlist. I've created a toolbox of links, so go and have a look at that. I feel that with so many of us here who are on the front line, who are standing up for others who don't have a voice, it's because we deeply care. We deeply feel And that is so often used against us because we see the potential of what can be in another being, in another human. We don't see often how we're being used and abused and manipulated because we see that potential, and our good nature is being manipulated. So,
This is why I'm putting some things in a toolbox.
because it's useful to know. Let's see how we go reading this.
Okay, there's a
Psychological phenomenon that tends to happen when someone who is deeply empathetic, what some might call a super empath, finally decides to walk away from a relationship that has been defined by manipulation, deception, and relentless distortion of reality. It's not just a breakup, it's not merely the end of a toxic bond, it's the collapse of an entire framework of control. And it's catastrophic for the person who's been relying on that framework to maintain a sense of superiority, identity, and power. Because for the narcissist, the empath is not just a partner, they are a reflection, a source of constant emotional supply, a mirror that validates the grandiose image the narcissist tries so desperately to maintain. When that mirror shatters, when the empath removes themselves from the equation, it is nothing short of existential devastation for the narcissist. The narcissist's illusion of control is not simply a surface-level manipulation tactic, but rather a deeply embedded psychological mechanism, often constructed over years of fragile ego reinforcement and repeated denial of emotional reality. When an empath who has served as both the emotional sponge and the stabilizer in the dynamic begins to withdraw their engagement, particularly emotionally, the entire carefully crafted structure of narcissistic dominance begins to unravel. This isn't always perceptible at first to the outside world. It might look like nothing has changed, but narcissists might even ramp up their performance, appearing more composed, successful, or indifferent. But beneath that, something far more profound is occurring. A slow erosion of their self-concept. Control for a narcissist is not just about power, the traditional sense. It's about survival. They control through projection, gaslighting, triangulation, intermittent reinforcement, and emotional baiting, all tactics designed to keep the empath confused, compliant, and self-doubting. These methods rely entirely on the empath being present, being responsive. So when the empath stops reacting, stops defending themselves, stops playing the psychological ping-pong match, it sends a silent shockwave through the narcissist's psyche. That's the first crack in the wall. The narcissist may initially respond with disbelief or an intensified campaign to regain their grip. This often appears as love bombing, guilt tripping, or sudden promises of change. These aren't genuine efforts of transformation. They're panic responses. The narcissist is terrified, although they may not articulate it in such terms. What they're really experiencing is destabilization of their identity, because to them, control equals identity. Their sense of self has been built upon how others, especially empaths, reflect and affirm them. Without that mirror, they begin to confront something unthinkable, that there may be nothing there,
or at least
nothing they've ever examined. The empath, by disengaging, essentially holds up a void to the narcissist, and that void is excruciating. It's the silence that can't be argued with, the emotional disconnection that cannot be baited back into battle, the boundary that has no longer bends. This moment is often when the narcissist begins to experience something resembling withdrawal, like an addict deprived of their fix. They become irritable, paranoid, desperate. Their behaviour may become erratic or even aggressive, but none of this is rooted in love or loss. It's rooted in a crumbling illusion of dominance and validation. One of the most unsettling aspects for the narcissist is that empath's withdrawal
Isn't loud. Doesn't come with
fireworks or accusations or final confrontations. It's subtle, consistent, and resolute. The narcissist can't use it as a stage. They can't twist it into spectacle. There's nothing to argue against, no drama to manipulate. That's what makes it so effective. The narcissist thrives in chaos. An emotional noise, the absence of that noise is the real punishment. It forces them to sit with the emptiness they've always tried to escape. And make no mistake, that emptiness is there, buried beneath the performance and bravado. It is deep well of shame and inadequacy that the narcissist has been running from their entire life. They constructed a false self to avoid confronting it. They created a fantasy version of themselves and forced others to play roles in supporting that fantasy. The empath was often assigned the role of adoring admirer, the eternal forgiver, the emotional regulator. When that character exits the play, the script falls apart. In some cases, this collapse leads the narcissist into depressive spiral, though they will often mask it with overcompensation, jumping into a new relationship, seeking superficial accolades or engaging in reckless behaviour, but none of it lands, none of it penetrates the wound, because what they've lost isn't just a person. It's the scaffolding that held up their delusion. They're left to face the reality they've spent a lifetime avoiding. That control was never real, and that the person they worked so hard to manipulate has now become the very thing they cannot touch. And the most profound irony lies in the fact that the empath, in reclaiming their power through detachment, becomes stronger, not through revenge or rage, but through peace. This peace is unshakable, and it's the one thing the narcissist cannot emulate, cannot counterfeit, and cannot destroy. The narcissist depends on chaos. In the same way that drowning man clings to a driftwood, it's not just for performance, for manipulation, it's a necessity. Disorder allows them to maintain the upper hand by confusing the people around them, by keeping everyone on edge, by ensuring that no one is ever quite sure of what's real and what's imagined. The moment a super empath walks away, the environment begins to change. Not just on the surface, but at a deep level, structural level. Silence replaces conflict. Stability replaces volatility. And it is precisely this order, this predictability, this peace that begins to suffocate the narcissist. I'm just going to leave it there. I might leave the rest for you to have a look at in the toolbox if you'd like to. The point I wanted to make is not to get drawn into those battles that are not our own, that take us from our own frequency, our own vibration, our own peace. That's just what they want. And if you think about it, who else operates in this way. Corporations, governments, so many operate in this way. So it's not just about people and relationships that are personal. Look around you with the world that we live in and the structures that support it. They're very fragile. And when we no longer support them, they collapse, they spiral. They need us. They try to make us feel like we need them. We don't. They need us. So when we decide that enough's enough and we walk away, realise the power you have.
Just wanted to share
That
expose
all
all
those doing harm. Expose the 28
and follow what's true.
in your heart. Thank you.
Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a jab, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, done all the camps. Who kicks out the camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They've broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up, but the man on bail and I'm still here. They try so hard, we try not laugh. They tow my car, the next day's back in the same car park. These cops ain't smart, I'ma make a drop this charge. Son, you watch, we take it back to the start. No D's, no titles, no trespass. Now we charge you, tables are turned. We come with the proof for all the assaults, all the abuse. Nobody gonna can't cut me loose, no. Yeah, who at the door? Makadar, bring on the storm. Library to empty, thought we were gonna regroup and come back to the front lawn. Yeah, we're still here, still ain't got no fear. We will try, still ain't shed no tear. The sense of we still here. Is that all you got? We take on you mob, we unite. You don't call the shots, sovereign's been here all along. And they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Return of the sovereign, but they never left. Yeah, they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Yeah, they're still here, the oldest civilization. It's been how many years? They're still here. Need your support for the new way these war is fought. Outlaw worry for the law and in June income bore accords. Gotta cut out the cancer, yeah, that's what the plans are. Walk with the elders, they got the law, we got the numbers, that is the answer. Yeah, we're still here, yeah, we're still here. Never got the jab, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here, yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, done all the camps. Who kicked us out of camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here, yeah, we're still here. They've broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here, yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up, but the man on bail and I'm still here. They see us come, we see them run. Now we are one, free our daughters, free our sons. Yeah, they're getting scared. Front line, you can bet I'm there. Even when we're gone, our spirit lives on. Yeah, we're going anywhere. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a jab, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, done all the camps. Who kicks out the camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They've broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit now. We're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up, but I'm out on bail and I'm still here.
Hello, I hope I didn't make everything buffer. I completely forgot. I walked away with the hotspot in my pocket. Woo.
I'm just playing, keeping it off the ground.
What's that? Oh, the
Just
flag.
keeping the flag off the ground.
Thank you. Yeah,
And flapping.
I was not good with that the other day, so sorry. Oh, okay. This way. Can we go this way? Thank you. We were just having a little chuckle at my little cardboard boxes where I dash dry some food while I'm travelling. Okay, yep. Oh really? Maybe? How can it say that? That's ridiculous. How can they say it's sovereign? Please explain. Thanks, PM. Oh, the sun's coming out. Nice. Just another member of the deep state. Yeah, let's not be those ones. Let's live our lives. Oh, okay. Well, we're proud of being those kookaburras. Last night's okay. It's funny. We're proud to be kookaburra. We're proud of that. I laugh at them all. Yeah. It is not more powerful than the people, and the Supreme Court exists to ensure that. So just going backwards through the chats. People do have the power. As individuals, we have immense power. Actually, I should put that speech up as well, or the quote about it's our power it's our power that most frightens us. And who are we not to shine? We are a child of creation. I know I'm missing lots of words, but I'll put that up too in the toolbox. Good one to remember. So just have a look under playlists and look for toolbox. And yeah, put a few things up there. I only just started, that's why there's not much there now. True. Thank you, beautiful Nates. Thank you. Thank you all. It's a playlist. Have a look on the channel, look on playlists, and you'll find Toolbox. And if you do want to send an email through with any links or a contact or anything, stories, brief of evidence, we could start posting if you would like that. Email truthnownshown@proton.me. So no spaces in between them. truthnownshown@proton.me. All right. Oh, we'll see if anyone wants to say farewell. Thank you again. So many tactics, Nobby. So many tactics. Stand in our own truth, our own power. Speak up. I like that eagle. This is an amazing art I walked past the other day. Yeah, okay. Our eagle eyes see the truth. All right. Anyone want to say farewell? Bye. All right. Thank you. He's pretty cool, isn't he? And see you later. Bye. Oh, that's not going to work. Thanks.